Most people, when they see a gummy that says stress less on it, they're thinking, okay, immediately I'm going to take this gummy and I'm going to feel calm, which is very true. There's lemon balm in our cortisol care blend that will help you feel very soothed in the moment. But the standout, the star ingredient of the show really is the taurine that is in here. That actually helps you manage stress long term and is really healthy for your longevity. We wanted a gummy that did both short term and long term stress reduction. If you've heard of taurine before, most people associate it with something like Red Bull, like an energy drink, which is really funny because taurine actually is great for stress reduction. And that's why we have it in our Stress Less gummy. The reason why it's often in energy drinks, I think, is to help people feel not quite so jittery when they're getting that big intake of caffeine. Taurine is great to help lower inflammation long term, and that's key to lowering the stress in our bodies, which helps reduce things like heart disease and just a bunch of other diseases we can get as we age. They've done great clinical trials to show that taurine really helps. So if you look at this mice model in this clinical study, you'll see that there's two different mice. One mouse was given taurine in its water, one mouse was not. Can you guess which one? The mouse that had taurine in its water aged much slower. You can see the luxurious hair and the svelte body. It also had and retained muscle mass as well as grip. So as we age, it's really important to understand that connection to chronic inflammation and longevity and what it means for us as we age. Not only does it mean those diseases and conditions I was mentioning before, but it also means like superficial things like you'll notice your hair won't be as thin, you won't get as many wrinkles. Inflammation really impacts a lot. Long term stress impacts a lot. That's why taurine and things like lemon balm and taurine together are going to really help not just lower your stress in the short term, but in the long term as well. Like all of our products that we make for Semaine, we want to make sure that we're not just addressing superficial problems or masking a symptom, that we're getting to the root of the problem. In this case, what it means to be chronically stressed and how that impacts your cells on a day to day basis. So I take this every single day, not because I feel super stressed every day, but I know my inflammation levels are high. I know that it's really important to try to get those inflammation levels lower. And with the help of the cortisol care blend in this, the taurine and the lemon balm are going to help me do that.